You're almost at the finish line. If you are here, you finished configuring TACACS Plus on both Cisco ISE and the Catalyst 1300 switch. Now it's time to verify the configuration. I'll test logins with different users, check command permissions, review switch logins, and even look at packet capture so you can be confident your TACACS Plus configuration is secure and functioning properly. This video references specific configurations from setting up Cisco ISE in a previous video. If you haven't seen it yet, or you want a refresher, click the link in the description. In this episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll show you how to verify the TACACS Plus configuration is working as expected based on the configurations done on Cisco ISE and the Catalyst 1300 switch. Next. First, I'll test user logins for the accounts I created in ISE and execute some commands to confirm everything is set up correctly. I'll log in with user 1. This user is mapped to the NetAdmin profile, so user 1 should have full administrative rights and can execute all commands. Once I enter the password, I am logged into the switch. When I run the command show running -config, it works as expected. Great start. Next up, user 2. User 2 is mapped to the view-only group and should have limited privileges. They aren't authorized to make any changes. I'll log in with user 2 and enter the password. Okay, I'm able to run some show commands, such as show version, but if I try to use the reload command, I get a command authorization failed message. That checks out. Now, I'll verify the configuration for user 3 by logging in and entering the password. For this account, we set up an enable password, so I'll type the enable command and provide the enable password. I can see that the connection is accepted, and I'm now in privilege exec mode. With the elevated privileges, I'm able to run commands at the higher privilege level, just as intended. 3 for 3. If I try logging in with user 4 and enter the password, that login fails. That's because user 4 isn't mapped to any group. Only user 1, user 2, and user 3 are currently assigned to groups in ISE. Great! It all looks good here. Take a look at the switch logs. The local switch logs don't provide a lot of specific details about TACACS Plus authentication. Under the status and statistics view log menu on the RAM memory page, you can see a user successfully signed in via TACACS Plus, along with their username, and you'll see the failed authentication attempts if any connections are rejected. These logs will show you the username, time of authentication, and when the session was disconnected. However, you won't see details about failed commands or the reason behind an authentication failure here. I also want to mention some show commands that are useful for verification. For example, after logging in as user 1, who is mapped with NetAdmin, I can type show TACACS to view the TACACS Plus configuration. I can see the TACACS Plus server address, which in this case is 172.19.1.234. I can also run show IP SSH to see active SSH sessions. Enter show authentication methods to display the authentication list configuration. Additionally, the command show authorization methods will show the authorization list configuration. Here, you'll see that SSH is set to use TACACS Plus as primary and local as secondary for both authentication and authorization. Up next, check out what you can learn from a packet capture. On the Cisco Catalyst 1300 switch, you can use the onboard packet capture feature to capture TACACS Plus packets. While packet capture is helpful, keep in mind that TACACS Plus data and attributes are encrypted, so you won't be able to see the details of the exchanges. Still, it's useful to confirm that data is flowing between the switch and the TACACS Plus server. When analyzing the capture in Wireshark, be sure to filter on TAC Plus. Filtering on just TACACS will show only the older legacy protocol, which we're not using here. With the correct filter, you'll be able to see authentication, authorization, and accounting packets going back and forth. Request packets will be marked as Q_authentication, Q_authorization, or Q_accounting, while replies will be labeled as R_authentication, R_authorization, or R_accounting. You can expand these packets in Wireshark to see encrypted replies, confirming that the exchange is taking place. From a practical standpoint, a packet capture is useful for verifying that the switch and TACACS Plus server are exchanging data, but it won't reveal the actual data or reason for authorization failures. For deeper troubleshooting, logs on the TACACS Plus server like Cisco ISE will usually provide more helpful information. That's it! TACACS Plus verification is complete. By testing different user logins, reviewing logs, and using packet captures, you can quickly confirm your configuration and catch any issues before they affect your network. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.